Karen of karenscookies.net, and this is part one of our One Cookie 5 Ways series. And the first thing I'm going to show you is how to outline and fill in with a buttercream frosting. The recipe that I use is called meringue powder buttercream, and it's kind of a cross between royal icing and buttercream. It doesn't get as crunchy as royal icing, but it does get firm enough to not be damaged when you stack your cookies or put them in bags. And that recipe is on my website, karenscookies.net. So now the consistency of this frosting is like a traditional buttercream. It's thicker, it won't smooth out completely, it'll give some texture to your decorations. So what I do first is I outline with black usually. I like a black outline for almost all of my cookies, as you can see on my website. And I usually use a number 2 tip to outline. And so we're doing a little hot air balloon. And you'll notice when I'm outlining that my tip almost never touches the cookie. I just let that frosting fall. And that gives me nice straight lines because my hands aren't completely steady, and so that gives me a good straight line when it just falls. It takes some practice, it takes some getting used to, but once you get used to the consistency of the frosting, how fast it comes out of the bag, and how hard you need to squeeze it, then you can do this, and it comes out really nice. Just a little practice. Now don't worry if your outlines aren't perfect, mine aren't. But once you get some color in there filled in, it will hide a lot of mistakes. Do a little basket down here. Okay, now to fill in, I usually use a little bit larger tip. Like I said, I outline with a 2 usually, and I fill in with usually a 3 or a 4. And what I do is I'll outline the area that needs to be filled in, and then just go back in and fill that center. And that way, it just gives me nice clean edges. And then I can just go back and forth. Put a little red in there. I'm going to do this stripe in red. A little bit of blue. And then I'll just continue on with all the sections, and when I'm done it's going to look like this. Now you'll notice there is some texture in there. It's not going to flatten out completely. That's just the nature of this frosting, and sometimes I like that and sometimes I don't. It depends on the cookie I'm doing, but this is, when I want a little bit of texture with the frosting, then this is the method that I use.